Okay, so this is lesson 7, and please note that the deadline has been changed to the 12th of March. Okay, so please complete the Google form on time. Okay, and then this final task for phase 3, okay, actually have a new thing called the possible conflicts between different stakeholders. Okay, previously, maybe in Form 1 and Form 2, we learned that stakeholders means people with different opinions in different parties. So in terms of conserving the cultural heritage, some of them, okay, may agree and some of them may not agree to keep those cultural heritage, okay, because they will have many reasons of themselves. Okay, so before we talk about the conflicts, let's talk about what is concern and interest first. And this PowerPoint again will be attached to you. Okay, so for concerns and interests, okay, they are the same thing. Okay, so which means that different stakeholders, different people, okay, what do they think care about, or what do they care the most? Okay, so frequently the the answering structure will start using the words like these. Okay, for example, they emphasize, okay, they focus on something. Okay, they think that it is more important for something than something means. Okay, maybe they are not just focusing on something. Maybe they are comparing the things. Okay, and then they will set a higher priority for something over something. For example, okay, the government, okay, may think, okay, it is more important to promote the heritage preservations, okay, to keep the historical buildings, okay, the government think it is important, okay, than to redevelop it, okay, in order to or sell the land or build houses to earn more profit. Okay, so this is the government's concern, okay, the government's interest. He thinks, okay, more important to preserve heritage than to earn profit. But at the same time, the property owners, okay, the other stakeholder, okay, government have some opinion, and property owners, the other stakeholder, may think that it is more important to redevelop the place. Okay, means to remove the old buildings, okay, and then build new houses, new shopping malls in order to earn more profit, okay, than promoting heritage preservations. Means the government, okay, keep it. The property owners may support to redevelop, okay, demolish it. Okay, so you can see the opinions of two parties are totally different. Okay, they are opposite. Okay, so this is conflicts because, okay, two stakeholders rate, okay, the two things differently. Government think more important to preserve, owners think, okay, we should earn profits. And these two opinions actually are opposite. Okay, they are not the same. Okay, and you can see that if we preserve, then we cannot redevelop and earn profit. If we redevelop, then we cannot preserve. Okay, so the opinions are often opposite. Okay, one, if we keep one, then two not okay. If we keep two, then one, we cannot keep it. Okay, so this is a conflict. Okay, so we can see, we can say that a conflict actually happens between the government and the property owner this time, because the government think, okay, more important to preserve, and the property owner think better to redevelop and earn profit. Okay, so this is the very simple type of conflicts, okay, in this topic. And we will find out that there are actually not just government and property owner this time. There are lots of opinions from different stakeholders that we will go into. So this is the task sheet that we will focus on, and then Houghton Gardens actually is only a case study. Okay, so in this topic, we will compare about different stakeholders in, okay, not just Houghton, okay, but conserving all of the cultural heritage in Hong Kong. Okay, So when we look up at page 2, and then we can see that one of the stakeholders will be the government. Okay, so the government plans to promote the heritage preservation in Hong Kong. Okay, so I just focus on the PowerPoint, make it bigger first. Okay, the government think we should promote heritage preservations in the society. But you can think, you can then think what for. Means you may have to think of some impacts. Why the government wants to promote heritage preservation in the society? What is good for the society if the government choose to keep the heritage? You can just think of the 3 reasons in this chapter about culture, blah 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 value. And then the second question, the government now choose to keep the heritage, to protect it. So who will against government's action? Who do not want to keep it? So firstly, the government may have conflict with who? With the property owner. Because just like what we have said, the property owner wants to develop the land for profit. So government, property owner, this time they are opposite. But then for the second blank, you need to think of one more example. Who will also stay opposite to the government? And why? Government want to preserve, so the stakeholder wants or do not want to preserve. So the stakeholder should be disliking government's action. But who? You can think of who. Maybe later you'll have some hints. And here are also some kind of different stakeholders. We will look into it. For example, the first one is the businessman, the investor. And you can imagine, of course, businessman, investor wants to earn more and more, and then they will promote economic growth more than preserving heritage. So, relatively, they may think that the heritage is less important, and even, if the government choose to preserve the heritage, it may cost them earn less. But why? You can think of why. Why preserving heritage will make them earn less? And do they want to earn more? Earn more of what? So this is their concern. Want to have econ growth, rather than preserve heritage, because heritage is not good for them. And then just like what we said, of course have conflict with the government, because it's costly and not profit making. Will this be a hint for you to write the blank, the third blank, you can think of? And apart from government, you can also think of one other stakeholders. Who else also? Who else will oppose the businessman and think preservation is more important? We want some opposite side. Businessmen think econ more important, but these unknown stakeholder think heritage more important. But if you really cannot think of some stakeholders, actually these are the stakeholders. So you may just putting businessmen into here, property owner into here, and then it can help you to fill in those blanks. So for the stakeholders, you can refer to this column. And property owner, of course, maybe very same to the businessman, wants to earn more, and then who is opposite to the property owner? Same question. Citizens, some citizens have more concern, they want more to preserve heritage. What do they want? Do they want to preserve the heritage, and then what benefits will they have? Again, because they want to preserve, so with businessmen and investor, there are conflicts. And who else also? And please explain. And the citizens, some of them will have less concern, less willingness in preserving. Okay, they think that actually the conservation may causing trouble to the society, so they rather want to sacrifice to forego 放棄 the conservation in order to exchange for something better to the society, like the old buildings actually block the lands cannot be used for doing something blah blah blah. And what kind of approach they would prefer? Are there any clues here again? And also, except for the government, again, who else as a stakeholder will have an opposite feeling, opposite interests with the citizens who oppose, who don't want to preserve. So again, this one should be someone who wants to preserve. And then for the final two stakeholders, so scholars, of course, someone who knows a lot, expertise knows a lot. But what are they good at? The professional knowledge is on what? So based on their background, will they support or against the preservation? They here will be, of course, support to preserve. So what for? Again, if they support to preserve, someone should support not to preserve and should redevelop. So who else except for the government and businessmen? Think of one more. And then some urgent needs in social aspect means what? Means they're so poor they sleep on the roads, sleep on the streets, sleep on some small houses, 劏房, etc. Do they have the money? Do they have the time to care for the old buildings, to care for the historical buildings, or they want to rather focus on their own needs only? To redevelop the land for something else. So please elaborate it. Let's emphasize on cultural conservation, but what do they emphasize on? And then have conflicts with government because they do not really care about conservation, but government care, and also who will also care. So these are the blanks you need to fill in. And please hand in the homework on time. On the here we have changes, as I've just said, to 12. 12. Please hand in on time.